Hi everyone, today we have this item from our clothing selection from Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Now I was thinking about, when I first saw this I thought it was a poncho, but my son goes, no mum, it's a bag, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're probably right that this might be the handle of the bag, so that's how I'm going to colour it. It's going to, but you know, you may disagree. I'm going to start with the Terracotta light. We're using the Castle Art Soft Touch, like we have done for the whole page. Now I'm thinking this would be like a wooden circle. I'm starting light and then I'm going to add some darker brown. I'm just going to layer that up a little bit because it will look darker once it's layered up. And then we'll grab a darker brown. I am thinking maybe the cinnamon might work. I need to sharpen it there. There's a lot of bags on this page, but I guess I've probably got a lot of bags. I'm not a big clothing person really, but I do have quite a few bags. Apart from the sort of usual tote shopping bags and things like that, I have my main handbag which I actually need to replace. So I'm going all the way around the edge with this. It's not really dark enough. I'm going to get a darker one in a minute. And yeah, and I also have various sort of smart bags, sepia, for using for occasion wear. That makes sense. Now I'm hoping that with this darker colour now we can start to get a more three-dimensional look to this. I think it would be rounded rather like a sort of bangle is the way I can describe it, a hoop sort of thing. And hopefully by putting this darker border it looks more three-dimensional. I think it does from my angle. I don't know how well it's picked up on camera. Like, there we go. You could go even darker as well, do black or dark brown. But I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. And we're going to make this really bright and colourful, I think. I'm just going to go mad with colour. I think it looks like it's sort of bright coloured beads or fabrics of some type. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with the green, focus green. I haven't really planned and there's no rhyme or reason why I'm starting with one particular colour over another, but I'm just going to make it really bright. But I am going to fade the colours a little bit towards the middle. Now I don't want it to look shiny. I think it could be made of beads or fabric. If it was beads it'd be really heavy, wouldn't it? I don't think it would have a huge sheen, but I just think if we make it a little bit lighter in the middle than at the edge, it just gives it a bit more shape, like that. So we'll try that through and we may add another colour on the edges to really emphasise that later. So I think I'm going to go to a yellow next, but I'm not going to go too pale. I'm going to use the Brilliant Yellow. That's a great name, isn't it? I need to just sharpen it. My son's laughing next door. It's lovely. So there is the Brilliant Yellow. And I'm going to put that through this one. Now it may not, I may struggle to make it look faded in the middle. I think I can maybe a little bit. Because it's, yeah, the sun's coming in and out. Because it's yellow, I find it a little harder. But I'm just really layering it at that edge. I think it does look a little bit faded, just a little bit. Right, we're going to go in with a red now, something really bright, vibrant. This red. This is the cadmium red. I'm just sharpening. Oh, I just managed to break it. My sharpener's so full. Hang on, I've got a different sharpener here. Oh, there we go. That's better. Right. So I think I'll do these top triangles in the red. it's going to be quite difficult to remember that I need to fade it as I go towards the middle, but I'm going to try to remember, like here, just put a light layer down and then build it up a bit more. It gets really tiny up here. I don't know why it gets so tiny at this end compared to that end, but it doesn't matter. What should we do with that? I was thinking orange, but I don't know how well it will stand out. Maybe a mid-blue or a palish blue. I'm thinking the sky blue might work. I might have to sharpen it. Let's use this sharpener. I have to empty my sharpener after this video. Oh, it's broken in the sharpener. Because the sharpener's a different shape. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is the sky blue. Okay. And we'll just, again, I want to try and layer it up at this end. Hang on. Deciding it wants to shed a bit of pencil lead. Probably was from where I sharpened it. A bit lighter here. So I hope everyone's okay today. I have to say, I'm quite looking forward to seeing how this page looks when it finishes. I get to that point in a page where I'm like, oh, I really want to see it done. But it's been so much fun to colour. I'm really enjoying it. I don't want to rush it. It's great. I'm going to do a cadmium orange layer now. It's really going to be quite mixed up with colour. It's just when I first saw this, it's sort of, for me it said colour, lots of colour. Spoke. Not really. Now, where should we go? I'm thinking purple. I want to do purpley pinks, but I need something that goes with the green. So I'm thinking this mulberry, this might work on these. Again, I'm going to try and make it more intense on these edges. A bit less towards the middle. Castle Arts does purple so well, I think. But they're not very good with yellow, in my opinion. It's interesting. It's I was using my Prismas this morning, getting much more used to them, and I'm also coming to terms with the fact that if I want them sharp, I have to just sharpen them. Sounds really silly, but sometimes you don't get a bit scared of sharpening Prismas because they break, but mine are quite good. I haven't had any major breakages, but I just think, you know, you've just got to go for it and enjoy them, or else, you know, what's the point in having them? I've also was thinking about what I might want for my birthday, which is ages away, and I shouldn't have been letting my mind wander and start thinking about that already. Ages and ages to go. Because I was thinking, I had thought about, I'm going to do a really light pink, I think. I had thought about rose pink, having a set, it's going to be like the skirt, having a set of Caran d'Ache. I want to try some more Pablos. Obviously the lumens are interesting. There's also Holbein. Now my husband would just buy me anything. So if I said to him, right, I want the Caran d'Ache luminance and the Holbein, he'd just buy them. But I don't want him to just do that. Also, I'm getting a bookcase. Story on the bookcase. A bit boring, but anyway. Well, I'm getting sick of it anyway. I decided at last that I would definitely buy one, and I found the one that I wanted. I'm going to make this stripy. And so I said to her husband, right, we need to get rid of our exercise machine to make room for it. And that has gone now, so that's great. And so I thought, right, now I can order it. It's out of stock. So I'm like, is this someone's way of telling me that I shouldn't have it, or that I need to wait a little bit longer? So we had to think about it, and I said, well, actually it'd be easier if it was a little bit closer to me than where the exercise bike was. So I said to him, can you move your desk across into the space where the bike was? It was along the same wall in our dining room, which we don't use as a dining room. The boys have their desks in there, and so does... Yay! Oh no! What do I do? There we go. And so no, we don't use it as a I'm just trying to decide what other colour to use. So it's all, yeah, I'm going to use this colour. This is called Indian Red, or was called Indian Red. It's now called Spice Red. Okay. So he's in the process of moving his desk across, but it's a big, he's got loads of art stuff all around it, boxes, storage boxes, all sorts of stuff. So he's having a sort of move and sort out this weekend. He's actually had to go and help his dad with something this weekend too. So he stood in the middle of it, so I thought, well, maybe it's good that he's had a bit extra time to get sorting, you know, and we'll see whether this comes back into stock. If it doesn't come back in stock in a week, I might have to start looking for a different one. But I get so bored with shopping. I'm terrible. I find shopping so dull. If I can't find what I want within 5 minutes, I lose it. I get bored and stop. You can't really see that mistake, can you? If I was you... and it's not too late, I would not do that. I would make it every other one and make it start on a blue and end on a red. But never mind. Right, I want to just make this top edge look a little bit darker. I'm just going to choose a grey, I think, to pop on it. Would a grey work? Yeah. Let's use the cool grey, just a little bit. It's quite a dark grey, even though it's called cool grey. I'm just going to rub it along the black line that Johanna's drawn, and then just gently bring a little bit of grey in there. It would probably, thinking about it now I'm doing this, the light would probably be on this, but it'd be the bottom that would be more shaded. But it is how we've coloured it, so it just emphasises that a little bit. And I think I might do a little bit along the bottom. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm just faddling because I'm having fun with this page. I find that when I do a shorter video and a smaller item, I feel like I've got the time to put a few extra details in, whereas if I'm doing a big page I get a bit daunted by how much there is to do, so I do more items and therefore spend less time per item. And I know people want a combination of both, but at the moment I'm in the mood for doing smaller things, so that's what I'm going to be doing for a bit, I expect. There we go. I'm going to leave that there. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, basically bright and cheery. And it could still be a poncho, could it? No. No, I'm wrong. It's a bag. My son's right. But there we go. There's our bag. We've still got 1, 2, 3. We've still got 6 items left. So almost a week's worth of videos, which is really fun. I'm having a good time with the page. I hope you're enjoying it too. And anyway, so that's me for today. Hope you have a fantastic day and happy colouring.